The Senate will please come to order. It's my pleasure to welcome for today's devotional exercise the Reverend Ed Sunday Winters from Greensboro United Church of Christ. Welcome, Reverend.
Thank you. Yes, greetings from Greensboro, and thank you for allowing me to be with you today. When I was growing up in East Tennessee, we sang a song in youth group at church entitled Pass It On. It's a catchy tune, easy enough to sing even for non-singers. And even if it were not against the rules for Senate devotionals to allow singing, I would not attempt to sing it because I'm definitely a non-singer. But the simple truth of the first line is pretty obvious. It went something like it only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around can warm up to its glowing. Anyone who's ever started a fire can see the truth of that. It kind of has a way of sticking with you. Today, I'm thinking about that spark in terms of the work that you have to do in the Vermont State Senate and the way you do that work. I'm thinking about it in terms of what I've seen and learned about Vermont in the short time that I've lived here. Sensible, careful, thoughtful, concerned, and words like those are words that come to mind when I think about Vermonters. I'm thinking about that spark in terms of something less positive, the divisive polarization that seems to pervade so much of our nation's political landscape. I'm thinking about that spark when I pray that your civility, your mutual concern for one another would be such that leaders in other places and positions would take note of it and be warmed by it. I'm thinking about the spark when I pray that your concern for the people of Vermont would result in legislation that would be so fair, so equitable, so just that people in other places would be warmed up by its glowing. I'm thinking about that spark when I pray that you will govern for the common good of all Vermonters, not favoring those who have the means to attempt to influence your deliberations, so that people everywhere can witness goodness and integrity and be warmed by it. It is true. It only takes a spark to get a fire going. And I pray today that you may be that spark, that God would grant you the wisdom and the courage to be that spark today and every day. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Are there any announcements this afternoon? The senator from Chittenden is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, I move that we take up S-273, which is currently in Senate Health and Welfare, for the purposes of referring the bill to government operations. S-273 is an act relating to amending a birth certificate to reflect gender identity.
Thank you, Senator. The senator from Chittenden has moved that the Committee on Health and Welfare be relieved of S-273, which, just for folks listening, is an act relating to amending a birth certificate to reflect gender identity, and that the bill be referred to the Committee on Government Operations. Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've relieved the Committee on Health and Welfare of S-273 and referred it to the Committee on Government Operations. Are there any additional announcements this afternoon? I believe we have a House resolution to take up. We have JRH 12, Joint House Resolution relating to amending the application of temporary Joint Rule 22A, which was read and adopted by the House on January 19th. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
JRH 12, Joint resolution amending the application of temporary joint rule 22A. Resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives, the temporary joint rule 22A is amended to read as follows. Rule 22A, temporary rule regarding joint committee meetings. A member of a joint committee may debate and vote remotely in that committee if the member confirms with the committee's chair or co-chairs, as applicable, that the member must be absent from committee due to symptomatic illness or direct COVID-19 related circumstances. B, the Joint Rules Committee is authorized to meet remotely as necessary to address COVID-19 related matters that may impact the operation of the General Assembly and joint committees. C, the remote authority set forth in this rule shall remain in effect through Tuesday, February 1, 2022. D, notwithstanding the provisions of subsection C of this rule, if the governor thereafter reissues capacity restrictions at gatherings and events or requires masks and physical distancing in response to COVID-19, the Joint Rules Committee is authorized to meet remotely and to permit any joint committees of the legislature to meet and vote electronically as the Joint Rules Committee determines appropriate.
Now you've heard a reading of the resolution. The question is, shall the Senate adopt the resolution in concurrence? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've adopted the resolution in concurrence. We have a House bill for reference, H 589, an act relating to reapportioning the initial districts of the House of Representatives, which was introduced by the Committee of Government Operations in the House on January 12th, 2022, and passed the House on January 18th. Please listen to the first reading of the bill.
H 589, an act relating to reapportioning the initial districts of the House of Representatives.
You've heard the first reading of H 589, and the bill is referred to the Committee on Reapportionment. I believe there are no orders of the day today, so we should be ready for an adjournment motion.
Thank you, Madam President. Pending announcements, I move that the Senate stand in adjournment until January 21st at 11:30.
The senator from Windham has moved that, subject to any announcements, the Senate do adjourn until Friday, January 21st at 11:30. Are there any announcements this afternoon? The senator from Addison is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Natural Resources and Energy will meet tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Thank you. The senator from Washington is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Finance will meet at 1:30.
Thank you. The senator from Bennington, Senator Campion, is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Education will meet at 1:30.
Thank you. The senator from Caledonia is recognized. Senator Benning.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Institutions will meet at 1:30.
Thank you. The senator from Windham is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Government Operations will meet at 1:30, and the Reapportionment Committee will meet at 12:15 tomorrow.
Thank you. Are there any additional announcements? Seeing none, hearing none, the senator from Windham has moved that the Senate do adjourn until Friday, January 21st at 11:30. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the Senate stands adjourned until Friday, January 21st at 11:30.